This past fall, I had a week from hell. And by hell, I mean like in a first world problem sort of way. Nothing tragic happened, but at work, for those of you that don't know, I have a full time job and a small business. My laptop decided midweek to take a cat nap and not wake back up, and I had a thousand things to do. Also, our retirement savings was being changed over to a new custodian, and we had option A and option B. Well, I selected option B. It got moved to option A. That meant I got to spend 4 hours on the phone with option A, getting it back moved to option B. And in my business, I had a client that we had created a script and started a video for that halfway through the video, they wanted to go back and completely rewrite the script. I had a voiceover artist that tried to hijack the voiceover they were going to send me and start asking for more money. I had a video for a really good client that got a little screwed up, and they got to see the video before I did. Bad deal. Even at home, have these brand new beautiful windows, and I'm looking out like you can see, and one of them. It's triple pane. One of them managed to get mold in the middle. How I don't know. And then there was a leak in the pool, which is expensive. And then gosh, even in with my kids, I had one of them has, it's got a teacher. I'm not blaming teachers. They have awesome teachers. One of them's got this one teacher that loses my children's assignments. Like they'll turn it in and she'll give them a zero because she just misplaced it. And we have to deal with that. Midway through that week, it's kind of one of those deals where you kind of look and say, man, why am I even trying? Why, this is all just not going my way. I shouldn't even try to run a business. I just, you know, shouldn't worry about anything at work. And you just get really frustrated and you get down on yourself. So, luckily, years ago, I joined a business coaching group. I think it was all the way back 2015. And two of the things we do every Monday is you write down your intentions for the week. And then Friday, you write down your wins. Took me a long time to really engage with writing down the wins part. I'm not anti-participation trophy kind of guy, but I do get a little worn out with people that want to celebrate every little nuance of their life, which is probably one of the reasons I'm not on Facebook. But after I started getting the habit of it, I realized that, well, these wins that stack up, that kind of play a role into your confidence, kind of make your mind look for more wins. And then when you have a bad week like this, you can really kind of take a step back and take control. So, what do you need to do for your business and just being a busy professional in terms of stacking your wins? First, if you have a bad week like I do, stop what you're doing, write it all down, and you can realize most of it's first world problems. And even a Napoleon Hill trick to that is write down the worst case scenario that could happen with those, and you'll realize there's really not a worst case scenario. That second step is to start stacking your wins. Today's a Friday for me, so I'll go into our group and I'll write down everything good that happened this week, all the progress I might have made in my work or with the explainer video business, or in this case with publishing a book and starting a podcast, starting it today, by the way. And then even for that bad week I had, I went back and stacked up all my wins and got to see what they look like. Well, I didn't give myself credit. I made a big video sale that week. My virtual assistant took on a task I was tired of doing. I managed to go in and look at all of the expenses I had and cut a few that I realized I didn't need anymore. As far as my kids go, their wins are my wins. My middle child, Lily, auditioned for a solo. She got it. Simple things. My youngest son, only son, had a great football practice and he caught everything thrown his way and he was on cloud nine. My 14-year-old, who would die if she ever saw this, when with her, she sat next to me on the couch. She, wants to watch Harry Potter, snuggle up to me. Wasn't something we normally get to do. And I just got back from the best trip ever with my wife. It was our 20th anniversary this past fall. And, we went to California, San Diego, San Francisco, got to see and do all the fun things. Stacking those wins got me through that ugly week, made me realize that things can be good. Again, this is not celebrating minor things that don't count, but it's adding all of these up over and over. So when you have a bad week or you're struggling with your small business because you've got a lead that suddenly was hot and heavy and has now disappeared, you have an existing client you have a good relationship with, but they suddenly got sideways on you. You have an employee that didn't show up. All of these things, it's easy to stack the negative things. So it's up to you to sit down, write down all of the wins every week. Do it every day if you're a real pro, but do it at least weekly. and that will teach your brain to help your mind. And I always think of them as two separate entities. I don't know why I do that. Like the brain is the studious part that has to take all of the notes and it explains to your mind how to feel. And if you keep looking for the bad things, it'll tell your mind, hey, we're not very happy, and your mind will be grumpy. If you look for the good things and you keep telling it we've got good things, it's going to assume that good things happen to you and you're a winner. And your brain will explain to your mind that, hey, we win things, we're good at things. So today, I get to go write down all of my wins. Getting this LinkedIn Live done here with you was one of them.